Welcome back, guys, to Pokemon Moon, where we come to yet another motel on our hunt for the Ultra Beasts, as they keep getting higher in level and able to take us out in one shot. Can we survive, and what is going on with Anabel at this point in time? Olizandri, thank you once again for coming. I've been waiting for you, Olizandri. Once again, we have already gathered the intel on the UB we are targeting. Mr. Nanu provided us with everything that we needed to know. The UB that has been sighted on this island is known by the codename Blaster. It is a fearsome beast that apparently possesses a fearsome energy that will burn anything. And it was not a single sighting either. So it's the Blaster Faller. It's the next UB we hunt. We cannot afford any delays. I will protect the populated areas as usual. Olizandri will go to the site, which is where, Mr. Look at you, stand by, we'll ask you to handle backup, as usual. But now he's happy with that fact. Are you alright, Chief? I think you're pushing yourself too far. If you would agree, I'd be happy to go into the field myself this time and... I'm fine, I can still handle this. I have you to watch my back after all, don't I? Yes, ma'am. Then I will be off now. Olizandri, I wish you fortune in battle. Do not push yourself too hard, Chief. Please be careful. Olizandri, these are for you. Your Pokeballs known as Beast Balls for this mission. Well, we got a fair supply. That's for sure. First, the regular reports. Let us get them out of the way, my young friend. Man and Week finished analysing all the data that we gathered on the last UB you caught, and so we can learn more in the future. And now it's time to get to work. If we need to know anything, well, I need to know where it is. Take it, it's in the desert though. UB-04, codenamed Blaster. Yes, I can tell you about it. It seems to possess a fearsome energy that will burn through anything at all. Signs remain in two locations, the Hyena Desert and Marley Garden. It seems highly likely the creatures on the move around Ula Island. The signs indicate two specimens again, so two individuals. Let's get out there. Well, the Hyena Desert is right next to us, so it's not going to be hard for us to get to. And I'm going to use some repels to make it show. Standard, bog standard. There was a Pokeball spot here. Capture picture spot. What Pokemon is here? Oh, hello. So any others around, I wonder? No, it just seems to be you. That's what we want to do. Zoom in very, very far. Okay, we'll take that one. We'll give that as just the one we need. Let's see what ratings we get. That is a fairly okay shot, isn't it? Bigger next time. How can I make it bigger? I need to get more zooms. So we've got ourselves a fair amount, but 100,000 to get to version 4. Man! I guess you might have to keep taking pictures of the same ones, really? We'll go for the best photo of all. So Hyena Desert, here we come. Now while we're here, there was a ruins nearby as well, wasn't there? There's a fort. Well, I still have a fair few repels left. Of course, they're not as good as like the max repels or anything, but if we just run on up, we should only be able to encounter wild-wise just the UB, I'd imagine. Let's try to make it to the final zone while we search, that is. Easier said than done. Well, none yet. Well, hello, Pokemon that's around the place. Well, doing very well at hunting for this UB at the moment. Until it appears, of course. The repel really does help. And so we find something crazy looking, as usual. Its defenses rose sharply. Looks like a steel type to me. But it's probably fire type on top of that. Well, the only thing I can do at the moment is Thunder Wave. And we are faster, in fact. Which gives us a good first setup. Is it still fire then? Automatize? So it's boosted its speed and it's become nimble. Well, that you may be, but what real typings are you? I say go for Thunderbolt. You're probably faster now, though. No? What? I was super effective? What typing are you? I'm glad you've tucked your head, because at this point in time, it's not actually going to be that hard for me to get you. We've got you stunned. One Thunderbolt was enough to take you down that far. We got 33 Beast Balls. Should have been a critical. Will one escape? For the first time? Nah. Don't be silly. Slightly wondering if these do have a 100% capture rate at this point. As we get ourselves a Pokemon, no problem. Celesteela. So what typing was it? I thought it had attack power that could burn through anything. Maybe it was a water type and it meant Scald. I don't know. Still flying! Ah! One kind of Ultra Beast. Witnesses have seen it burn down a forest by expelling gas from its two arms. The launch Pokemon. Look at that weight. And we've only got one more Pokemon to catch, in that sense. Do we call it Pokemon? I don't know. Ultra Beast. Whatever. One more beast to catch, that's for sure. But we need to make the zone work in our favour first. But in the meantime, that would make number 2, wouldn't it? Here's a question, should I just lead with a Thunderbolt? Because we know I'm going to get to attack first, and it could paralyse on the hit. Right. Come forth. Whoa, that was close. Maybe it's got sturdy, I don't know. Do you know what? I kind of reckon it would just catch it anyway. And that HP. Really? Okay, not expected. Skull Bash is now going to break me, isn't it? It wasn't that powerful, and it criticaled. Well, let's get the Thunder Wave on so we've got the capture up. I've lost my 100% capture rate. What a shame. I could have gone for the record. Well, there's the Beast Ball deployed. Oh, whoa, this one doesn't want to be caught, does it? In some senses, we've done everything we can do. Well, any attack will take Vika down. That's a critical capture as well. Well, that's timing. Celesteela was caught. Alright, not a problem at all. This is where I grew to level 64. Now here's the question. Do I go on to try and find myself another Tapu? Because it's very nearby, though I can fly there. Or do I continue with a Looker quest and then capture the Tapus altogether? I think I'll go back. I can fly straight here after all. But that is the mission completed. Return to Looker once again we shall. And this time round I didn't use anything to really get it done. Well, let's get you, Vikavolt. You are our most useful Pokemon of all. We won't use another Repel, but we kind of need a couple more. I would say. It would help. Just for any more Ubis around the place. Ubis. Oh, what? You're the first ever champion of Alola. Congratulations. Thank you for coming here. It looks like your island challenge will continue even after becoming the champion. We, the Pokemon staff, are happy to keep supporting your adventure. I was wondering if you were going to actually, like, unlock some more items or something. Well, that said, I think I might just, you know, the things I didn't have when I did the Elite Four, etc. It's not a bad idea to have these, is it? Right, let's get a couple of max repels if I don't keep skipping over them, that is. I've got the cash. Let's say we're ready now to go back out there once again. I wouldn't mind some more max revives, really. Really, when you think about it. Well, there we go. Done and done. We've got ourselves some more supplies for the field. Now let's go speak to Looker. Alright then. Sir, what is going on with Anabel? Didn't take us long to get her after all. I've caught him already! I got lucky with typings. Amazing, bravo! You've done it! I must call the chief back at once, indeed. I finished sending the data from the UB Protector to HQ and to Miss Wick as well! Right, we're gonna get that data in the future. We should learn everything there is to know about Celesteela, also known as UB Blaster. And we have also had word from HQ. There is only one UB left for us to take care of. Only one! And we have had our hands full with so many individuals, so this last UB was a rather dangerous situation. But you were alright, Chief? Yes, of course. Both me and my Pokemon were fine. What are your, just the ones we battled, or do you have some secret ones hidden away? Of course, we ran into some difficult situations. Being surrounded by the UBs and outflanked by them made it rather touch and go for a while. As I'd feared. What is it, Mr. Looker? You've been acting rather odd for a while now, haven't you? Ah, no, it's nothing. Could it be about our long-delayed feast? Oh, yes, indeed. What a disaster you have found me out. The truth is that I'm starving, just starving. How a Snorlax feels, I know exactly now. Ha! How hopeless you are, Mr. Looker. But I suppose we have been putting it off for a rather long time. You must be hungry indeed. Allow me to take point this time and find a delicious restaurant for us all. Ah, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's a bit embarrassing to admit, but I'm actually quite famished myself. So you two stay here and relax while I go and find us a place to eat. The chief can't take much more of this. She must be exhausted. She acts particularly cheery when she is feeling unwell to hide a weakness from others. I know it may be a bit late for this, but there is something I would like to tell you. It is something that happened about 10 years ago now. I came to the Alola region at that time as part of a 3-person team to eradicate a UB. Of course, we did not know them as UBs back then. It was simply a dangerous creature. My team succeeded in chasing down the UB, and then we tried to put an end to it. Somebody screwed up. Oh, so said that Nanu. Nanu indeed. Was it him? This half-hearted fool here felt sorry for the monster. Even if only for a moment. A moment was enough to get the third member of our team done in by the UB. This I cannot deny. I made an error of judgment. Oh, it was you, was it? I failed to consider the fact that she was not trained for combat. She was just bait for the UB. And then the international police knew it. The UBs relentlessly seek out those who have passed through an ultra wormhole. The passage must change them somehow, as though they've been bathed in some energy. Something that the beasts can smell or sense. It is thought that the UBs can track such people as though sniffing them out. It's not like the monsters come here by choice. They don't want to be here. So they smell a familiar scent and think there'll be a wormhole. And they'll get home. Nanu, you caught a bait. She really was, wasn't she? Fool her. That is what the international police calls them. Humans who appear from an ultra wormhole. And those who are bathed in a great deal of the energy that pours out from them. She had come through a wormhole. She was from another world. And she was put on our team to help draw the UB to us. And now you're repeating history. You got a Fawler right here, haven't you? That's right, boy. I'm talking about you. Yes, it's true. He passed through an ultra wormhole. Olizandri was exposed to the energy, so he may indeed be a Fawler. But I'm back. I'm sorry, young Olizandri, but let's continue this talk another time. I'm sorry, you two. I couldn't get a reservation at the restaurant. It seems like it's a very popular place. Hey, Missy. Mr. Nanu, I didn't realize you were here. Another one of those monsters appeared, this time on Poni Island. I'll tell you more when we get there. We'll meet at the floating restaurant in Seafolk Village. This next one seems like a real tough opponent. Be sure you're ready for it. Oh yes, of course we will. Thank you again, Mr. Nanu. Mr. Looker, is everything alright? Of course, it is fine. Not a problem at all. I'll make my way to the floating restaurant at Poni Island. Once you're ready, Olizandri, please do come and join us there. So, it is on to Poni next. I'll be counting on you, Olizandri. Let's meet again in the floating restaurant in Seafolk Village. I kind of like completing this all at once and not going for the tappy thing about it. It's the saga. The UB saga. A Dragon Ball. No, not that. Right. So Ulu Island is next in line as long as I press it. Poni Island. So let us fly. And find out what's needed of us next. So, what is next? It's not far to get places after all. One fly, 10 seconds, all we need is to get to the restaurant. So you came, young Olizandri. The chief has already left to set up protection around the populated areas, which is kind of just here-ish, maybe? And Hapu's, but Hapu can do that. You sent her off to the wrong location? What choice did I have? She's reaching her limit. We have to force her to stand by to regain her strength. So now we can finish our little talk. We've got one Fawler right here. And the other one is Anabel. Though I don't think she knows it herself. No, it doesn't seem so, but it was very obvious that they were hunting her. Nanu and I. We found her here 10 years ago, unconscious on the shore of this very island. We just finished our mission here. She had lost most of her memories, but 4 things she could tell us. And her name was Anabel, that she came from the Hoenn region, that she had protected some tower there, and that she was a powerful trainer. Then she was placed under observation by the international police, all because they detected an insane amount of ultra wormhole energy from her. It may be that she was wandering lost in the wormhole for some time. By the way, just pause a second. Is Anabel someone from a previous Pokemon game that I've obviously not played? Because it's seeming like it at the moment. Seeming like it. Regardless of that, she then entered the international police herself. And then got promoted right up past you, her senior. Is that it? But I hand it to the international police. They really are terrible. Using the same strategy as setting up another Fawler, even though the same thing fell before. Your assumptions, you were half right in. However, this mission, she chose herself. Perhaps something in her laments, whether she is conscious of it or not. Perhaps she feels some grief over the fate of the UB, which came to this world just as she did. But she is still a Fawler. It is her fate to be targeted by the UBs. With a Fawler right before them, the UBs will run wild with excitement. And no matter how good she might be, everyone has their limits. That is why I'd hoped to distract the UBs, to divert some of their attention. That is why I asked you to help with the catching of the UBs. But you're out of luck now. With Anabel in that condition, she'll be done for if she runs into any UBs now. Yes. I imagine that the false lead I sent her out on will not buy us much more time. But before we're out of time, boy, how about a battle with me? Why? No problem. Why? Why not? If you got some preparation you need to do, then I'll wait here for you. Why not? We get to fight a kahuna all over again, though with the Pokemon powering up all the time. What will we face in battle? But time is up, boy, as he puts it. For this episode anyway, so join me next time as we hunt down the last UB. Bye-bye.